Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody is happy and relaxed and safe. I'm tired, not gonna lie, but I went to the mountains and didn't get in until past 10 o'clock last night.
Wow.
Yeah, well past my bedtime. I should ground myself. It was well worth it though. So I hope everybody had a great thing. And you know what? I tell everybody that there's lots of time. Truth be told, I didn't make it out into my garden at all this weekend. Nothing. I wanted the hanging basket. That was literally it. So anybody who didn't do any gardening, it's okay. Still lots of season left. Eventually, we're going to hit that point where it's kind of like, missed it. But I know a lot of people did planting. The amount of people that were here that I spoke to on Saturday, it was a good time. But yeah, looking at it, what can we expect on this long weekend? Well, the sun is out, which is excellent. It's about time we had a good long weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, was last year's good? Isn't it funny how my memory fails?
I think it snowed. I mean, statistically, I think it snowed.
It's safe to say. Well, the worst that can happen is somebody who's like, no, it was sunny. You're like, bonus.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, oh, gee, I got it wrong. It was nice. But yeah, it's nice to have all 3 days sunny and nice. And like I said, I hope everybody's relaxing. And, you know, remember gardening, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You don't have to get everything done this weekend. You don't have to get everything done in one day. You know, there are certain things you have to do. If you lift a plant out of a pot, I recommend getting it into the soil or getting it into your basket or your planter, simply because those roots left exposed, even if it's rainy, it's not great. On a day like today, full sun, not a cloud in the sky, those roots are going to get crispy, they're going to burn, the plant's going to die. So ideally, that's a job you don't want to stop. But you know what? If you're finished at the end of the day and you're tired, clean up tomorrow. Put your tools away so they don't rust or get stolen or something like that. But pick the piles up the next day. You don't have to worry about that. The compost bins, they're going to be sitting there. So, you know, what you want to do is just kind of see where you're at and focus your jobs accordingly. And I find what helps with that is making a garden plan and look at it and go, well, you know what? Today I'm going to do all of my direct sow seeds. So I'm going to do my carrots, my parsnips, lettuce, spinach, kale, that kind of thing. And I'm going to get them in the ground today. Great. The sooner you get them in, the better. And maybe you're like, well, I'll do the tomatoes next weekend when it'll be a little bit warmer. And break it down like that and give yourself achievable goals. I know too many people who think, oh, I'm going to get it all done in a day. They can't. Then they get mad at themselves. Then they're like, oh, I'm not very good at this. And then they lose the love of it. At the end of the day, we garden because it's meant to be fun. It's meant to be an escape. It's meant to take us away. I do know some people who garden because, for want of a better word, they're keeping up with the Joneses. And if that's what you feel you got to do, hey, no criticism from me. I don't want to judge anybody. But if you're gardening because you love gardening, make it attainable. You don't have to grow 20 tomato plants. You can grow 2. You don't have to have everything in these perfect rows. You know, if you're like, oh, I don't have time to clean up all my beds, there's nothing wrong with leaving one full of weeds for 1 year. Let the ground just sit. Next year, turn it and get on it. You can do things in stages. And I'm bad for saying that because if anybody gardens with me, I do tend to do it all in one day and I do tend to go hard, but I did it professionally. That would be like me trying to keep up with a professional electrician. I wouldn't be able to. And to then think I was a failure would suck. So stick to your plan and have fun doing it. And remember your basics. Get your plants in the ground. Make sure your soil quality has been improved. Check your tools. Okay, that's something every year I check my tools before I put them away. in the autumn, but every single year something will happen. I'll need something in the winter. I'll lift a tool down, I'll put it down, and I'll forget to put it back up. This didn't happen this year, but it has happened in previous years. Well, the garage gets wet because of all the snow that comes in on the vehicles. Now my tool is rusted. Okay, so before I can use that in the bed, now I have to clean it. I got to get the rust up. I don't want to do that on planting day. That's slowing me down. So checking that. Another great one, and I've done this. I've been guilty of this. Everything's planted. I'm good to go. And I go and I hook the hose up and I realize I haven't turned the water on. So now I got to go downstairs and remember where the water is. I got to find that. I got to turn that. Then I go upstairs and realize my hose burst because I didn't put it away during the winter and it's leaking everywhere. So I'm making a mess of myself. I'm barely watering the plants. Then I got to buy little things like that. Just check it before you start. Okay, it goes a long way. At the end of the day, when you're tired and you're sore and you look and you go, oh my God, there's a problem now with the watering, and you have to water. That's not a job that you can be like, oh, I'll wait until tomorrow. If you plant something, it needs to be watered. It will go into shock. So keeping an eye out on those little things are huge, and ask for help. That's why we're here. Ask, hey, what's attainable? What can I do? What would you recommend I did in a situation like this? And we're going to help you. All weekend, I had friends, I say all weekend, to make it sound like I did nothing but stay on my phone. But I had 5 different people message me regarding what they should be doing. I had friends who were planting. I have other friends who were in a condo. Somebody else had a tree that was damaged. Somebody else was transplanting tomatoes into a pot. And they were like, ugh, I am not sure what the next step is. So they messaged me, and that wasn't work related. That's my personal friends and family. Of course I helped. Of course I fired back some advice and said I would look at this. I wouldn't leave that outside. Somebody did a beautiful balcony, and they had a setup similar to this, except in the basket, they did New Guinea impatiens and begonias. Looks amazing. The burgundy leaves and the different colors. It's a north-facing balcony, so the plants are going to do amazing. And they were like, what do you think? And I was like, I think it looks amazing. I think you should bring it inside. And they said, why? And I said, because there's a chance of frost. They said, do you really think it'll get to us? And I was like, do you really want to take the risk? Literally, to unhook something, move it, and put it inside for the 30 seconds that would take, took an hour to put everything together. The time shopping here, another hour. 2 hours of work and effort to be wiped out because there was a chance of a frost over 30 seconds of doing something precautionary. I'm always going to advise on that. So ask for help, talk to people, talk to us, hit us up with DMs. And then something else I want to touch on, and I try and mention this every year, everybody in the gardening world always talk, the vast majority of, a flower fell off.
Oh, there you go. It's beautiful.
It's gone over my head now. The vast majority of things that people talk about, and we do it here, are the plants. Oh, do this with your plant. Plant to this depth. Did you amend your soil? Did you use sea salt? Did you use peat moss? What fertilizer? Fertilizer program. Did you prune? Are you deadheading? And you're like, oh, plant. Then you go out, you got your tools, and you're doing everything, and then you're done at the end of the day. And the next day you wake up and you've got a wicked sunburn, you've got a splitting headache, and you're stiff. Take care of yourself, okay? Do a little bit of stretching. You don't have to, it's not half an hour. You don't have to bust out the yoga mat, but a couple of these, okay? Get going, stretch out the hammies, okay? Just take that time.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through my whole stretch routine. Do the sprinkler. No, I'm kidding. We're not disco dancing, we're stretching. If I disco downstairs, really need to stretch. But stretch it out. SPF. Get that sunblock on. Sunburns are no fun, and skin cancer is even less fun than that. So look out for yourself. Make sure it's on. Put it on the kids if you have to put it on. So as somebody who's done it professionally, I've been working, I've been sweating, doing a bunch of stuff, moving around. shirts on, shirts off. And I'm like, ooh, I should probably top up the SPF. I'm filthy. I've got dust all over me. Don't care. SPF goes on top of that. I'll shower at the end of the day. I'm good. I would rather not get a burn and have my skin kind of, dirty and dusty and greasy than get that sunburn. Put a hat on. You can always take the hat off if you're getting too hot. But if you get a good sun hat and you get used to it, keeping that sun off your face and off your head goes a long way. Drink. And I'm not talking about the end of the day when you're in your hammock and you've got a cold lemonade or whatever is the drink of your choice. This is GAKidsTV after all. Maybe you want to put something in your lemonade like ice cubes. But if you want to have when you're gardening, have a water bottle and keep it filled up. Even if you're not thirsty, make it a habit of taking a sip. Okay, I'll plant this plant here. I'm going to drink some water. You might not feel like you want to, but at the end of the day, I've done that before where all day I'm like, I'm fine. And I come in and that thirst hits me and I'm guzzling water. It's too late. I've already dehydrated. So I know that I'm now going to get a headache. I'm going to be lethargic. I'm going to be tired. So make sure you drink. Wear your gloves. Wear knee pads. Even if you don't have knee pads or a kneeler, roll up an old shirt. Something to take that impact off the knees. Gloves on your hands. I don't care about my hands getting dirty. I've done enough here where you guys have seen that. But if you're pruning raspberries all day, you're using a trowel, you're going to end up with calluses. You're going to end up with thorns. So a pair of gloves is good. A good pair of sunglasses, UVA, UVB protection. Little things you can do to protect yourself. Try and garden in the morning. Try and beat the heat. When the sun's up and it's 2 in the afternoon and it's 20, 25 degrees, that should be when you're relaxing, enjoying the fruits of your labors. Take pictures, right? I know there's some people out there that shame people and they're like, oh, taking another selfie. Oh, who wants to see that? We want to see it.
Yeah.
I want to see it. You've done the work, you've enjoyed, especially, you got a jaunty hat, you got your sunglasses on, you got your handy SPF, show it. Nothing wrong with a humble brag from now and then, but look after yourself because I see every year people who get a wicked sunburn or their hands are blistered. They're not able to garden the next day. They planned on doing 2 days of gardening and now they can't simply because they didn't take precautions on the first day. And I don't want to beat a dead horse. Go out and you do you. Okay, you don't want to stretch, you don't want to wear gloves, you're not going to drink water, fill your boots, it's your garden. But these are things that we tend to overlook because we get into work mode. And I can be guilty of that, where I neglect looking after myself because I've got to do the job, I've got to do this, I've got to do this. Spending literally 10 minutes getting hat, gloves, kneeler, SPF, filling up a water bottle, making sure I have everything I need. 10-minute investment to make sure that my day goes by smooth so that the next day I'm not resentful of my garden. I can go out and garden. I can enjoy things. It's amazing. And you do like a mint bowl like this. At the end of the day, you can make yourself a fresh mojito, virgin mojito. Tap, see, I saved it again.
There you go.
But you want to be able to enjoy, and that's important. Keeping your garden healthy, but keeping yourself healthy they go hand in hand. There's nothing better than at the end of the day or the next day, even better. When you walk outside, you're not sore, you're not sunburned, your garden looks amazing, and you're all like, yeah, I deserve this. Gardening is good for our mental health, for our physical health, but only if we do it right. Feeling anxiety because we're not gardening, getting a sunburn is literally going against the things we're doing that are trying to make us better. So a little bit of planning, a little bit of thinking about yourself, a little bit of putting yourself first and saying, I need this in order to do my gardening goes a long way to easing the stress, the anxiety, that feeling of like, I'm not a very good gardener, or I'm sunburned, I'm stiff, I can't do it. I can't hold a pen because I've got calluses on my hand. So look after yourself, have fun, enjoy the long weekend. We're not going to be here too long today. It's busy, the sun is shining, everybody else has got great things to do. It's the last day of a long weekend. Get outside, have some fun. If you've already done all of your gardening, enjoy. fruits of your labor. Take some pictures. My phone is littered with photographs of flowers and baskets and all birds and everything else. So enjoy. We'll see you all tomorrow when we get back to our regular scheduled programming, which I don't know what it is because I didn't look that far ahead. See, about planning ahead, I didn't do it. See, it's not causing me any anxiety though. But yeah, enjoy, have fun, look after yourselves. We want everybody safe and sound for the long run, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everyone.
Bye.